Alright, so welcome to yet another exciting video for the Poco X3 Pro. Now, these last few days we've not been uploading because of the health issues that I mentioned on the channel, but we are back in action. We do have Poco X3 Pro running the Pixel Experience ROM. I've been using it since the last 1 week. I've tried gaming on it, benchmark numbers and everything else, and I have good news for you guys. So before we actually get into the details, if you haven't already, please subscribe because it doesn't cost you anything and it really motivates us to make amazing content like this. Now, without further ado, hello awesome people, welcome to Phone Ops. My name is Kailash. Let's get going. Now, first things first, what we have here is the Pixel Experience official July update is what we are talking about. This is based on Android 12.1, of course, updated on the 22nd of July 2022. Now, I do know that there have been a lot of custom ROMs that have been released after this particular one, and yes, I'm yet to try them. So one by one they will come. So please stay subscribed because now the Poco X3 Pro that we have is brand new, and yeah, it's going to be exciting. So let's see what the changelog says over here. Update Adreno blobs to this. Probably that's the reason the gaming experience on this is good. Other improvements is OSS based. Includes GApps, of course, firmware any version. So now the 12.0 thing has started fading off, and I don't really think software is the reason Poco X3 Pro devices are breaking. It is more of a hardware issue because my device bricked as well, right? Now, safety net is passing and not much information apart from that. Now, Pixel Experience being Pixel Experience is a splendid ROM. It gives you a very clean and smooth user interface the moment you boot into this ROM. Now, I have this habit that whenever I'm using a custom ROM or a stock ROM, I always prefer to be in 120 Hz mode always. I really don't prefer auto switch mode. Even on the Realme GT2 I'm using 120 Hz because that gives you the best smoothness your device has to offer. And the same thing can be seen over here. If you actually go to Google Feed, you will notice that the smoothness is amazing. It works flawlessly. There are no stutters, no jitters, and with each and every update of custom ROMs and Android version, these ROMs are becoming very rock solid to a point wherein they are better than stock MIUI as well, at least in terms of stability and somewhat functionality. Right now, if you go to the About section and if you click on the Android version, you will see that it comes with a July security patch. The kernel over here is, of course, the perf kernel, and the build number is everything that is mentioned over here. Now, this, of course, is the plus version of the Pixel Experience ROM that we are talking about, and this is, of course, an official update. Now, that is the reason you get very less bloatware, a few features extra compared to the regular Pixel Experience version. Not much more that has been changed between Pixel Experience and Pixel Experience Plus, and you don't really get a lot of bloatware as well. Now, the phone application, of course, is your Google Dialer, your Google Messaging, and all the stock stuff. And in case you want to have a decent camera experience, I would recommend you to install Gcam or a port of ANX camera that works for you absolutely fine, because this ROM right here doesn't boot with any camera application included. Now, as you can see over here, I've installed all the applications that I use on a daily basis for media consumption, gaming, benchmark numbers and stuff like that, and the experience has been pretty good. So if you actually go to settings over here, there are not many new features that I'll be able to divulge into because, of course, this is still 12.1 and now we are at a stage wherein 13 is about to be released as a stable version. So 12.1 ROMs are at their pinnacle of stability, right? Now, if we talk about the battery backup on this device, you do get very decent battery backup, of course, perf kernel. What do you expect, right? Now, optimization profiles over here, you do have thermal profiles included. And as you can see, for benchmarks, I've set it to performance, and for gaming, I've set it to games and stuff like that. And it has been making quite a lot of difference, and a pretty stable experience is what I've observed across the board. Now, as you can see, the battery usage, I've tried, PUBG New State, Call of Duty Mobile, Apex Legends, Battlegrounds Mobile India. Now, this is one ROM on which I will be making a dedicated gaming review. I will definitely try New State, Apex and Call of Duty Mobile. So that will be sort of an extensive, more than 10-minute video. So do wait for that and let me know in the comment section if you really want a gaming review of this particular ROM. But overall, if we talk about the screen on time and the charging speeds and stuff, let's actually go to AccuBattery over here. As you can see, these are the usage patterns that I have been following across the last 1 week that I was using this ROM. And the discharging speeds are not that bad. You get around 6 to 7 hours of screen on time. And as far as charging is concerned, that I feel is a little slow using the 33 watt charger, because as you can see, over here, it took around 1 hour 28 minutes to charge 72%. So if you want to charge the device 0 to 100, you would probably take somewhere close to 140, 145 minutes. That, in my opinion, is a little high. Now, I do understand this device does comes with, 5160 milliamp hours of battery, but still, a 33 watt charger should be able to charge this device from 0 to 100 in 1 hour and 20 minutes. So that is something that the Pixel Experience team can definitely improve upon. Now, on the home screen, if you press and hold, you will see that you get this quick wallpaper chooser that has been a part of Android 12.1 since a long time, and it works well. If you go to home settings, you still get your Pixel Experience launcher. No major changes added there. So everything is pretty standard and pretty stable. Even if you go to the widgets section, you still have the Android 12.1 widgets, which are working absolutely fine. So as far as the home screen and customization is concerned, Pixel Experience being Pixel Experience, doing a pretty splendid job. Now, if you go to the multitasking menu, you will notice that the experience over here is also very cohesive, very smooth. You do get the screenshot and select text option from Android 12 that is working fine. You do get a clear all button over here. Over here, you have the option of split screen, app info. So, all those features, as I mentioned in Pixel Experience, which were added with Android 12, now are more refined in Android 12.1 and they work even better. For example, Monet UI over here is doing a splendid job. You do get a ton of quick tiles, and screen recorder is included as well. Of course, it allows you to record internal and external audio. You do get some advanced features because this is a Pixel Plus version. Pixel Experience Plus. So you do get things like caffeine, heads up, and all those things, and they're working absolutely fine, is what I'm happy to report. Now, if we further move to settings and you talk about things like apps, you will see that you do have a game dashboard over here. Now, unlike CR Droid, you don't really get the advanced AOSP customized game dashboard. You get this vanilla Android 12.1 game dashboard, which in my opinion does a decent job. You get your FPS counter, you do get screen recording and stuff, and that I think is a pretty good experience. Now, moving on, if you actually go to system, you will see that you do have live translate, gestures, buttons, status bar customization, and all those things, and they have been present since a while and they're working absolutely fine. Now, let's talk about the important bits. For example, if you actually go to Google Photos, apart from my ugly picture there. Anyways, you can back up unlimited photos and videos at no charge. So, unlimited Google photo storage in this particular ROM is definitely available. If we now talk about the benchmark numbers, because the battery life is pretty decent, the charging, although a little slow, but the experience that you get, the complete cohesive experience of this particular ROM, you can bear charging speed, then maybe you can try different kernels and stuff. And yes, we are coming up with a series of custom kernels along with custom ROMs very soon. So stay tuned for that and subscribe if you've not. Now, if we talk about the NT2 benchmark numbers over here, you will see that you get a very decent 583,459. Now, from perf kernel, this is a very decent score, and the temperature increased by around 6.7 degrees Celsius, along with the battery drop, which was just around 4%. That is a pretty standard number. Now, if we talk about the CPU throttle test, I was surprised that perf kernel is doing such a decent job. So let's actually go to Google Photos over here. And let's actually go to screenshots. Now, as you can see, the CPU throttled to 88% of its max performance, and the average score was 187.35 GIPS, and the max score was 192.272 GIPS. And in my opinion, when you're going to game on a benchmark like this, it's going to give you a pretty decent experience, and you'll be surprised to see how well this particular ROM games at 60 FPS. Now, as you can see, we have 759 single core and 2497 multi-core. So not only the benchmark numbers are good, the UI smoothness is great. You do get Widevine L1 certification. Your safety net is passing by default. So as far as banking applications are concerned, you will not really have a problem. Once you install Pixel Experience Plus' latest update on the Poco X3 Pro, all you need to worry about is to get the best Gcam and get the best XML settings, and then your experience, in my opinion, is complete. Now, do remember that the same video will be available on our Hindi channel in Hindi language in case you want to watch this video in Hindi. This was the complete review of the latest Pixel Experience for the Poco X3 Pro. Let me know in the comment section what your feedback is. Until the next one, this is Kailash signing off at PhoneOps. Keep smiling. Take care. Goodbye.